Hi everyone, I'm Cloud. Before we begin, just a quick reminder. This video is for informational purposes only and reflects my personal views. It does not constitute financial advice. The crypto market is highly volatile and risky, so please make sure you do your own research and consult a professional advisor before investing. All predictions and analysis mentioned here might not be accurate. You're responsible for your own investment decisions. I'm not liable for any losses. Let's start with a quick recap of last week before we talk about the current trend. Last week was from May 19 to May 25. Bitcoin's weekly high closed at 111,980, which hit all of my predicted targets. Last week we talked about how Bitcoin would need to break past 106,000 and 108,000 as confirmation signals if it were going to reach 110,000. When it reached 107,000 on May 19th, I immediately pointed out that the chances of hitting 110,000 plus were very high. For this wave, I'm targeting a high range between 114,000 and 122,000. Right now we're at about 112,000, so we're not quite in that upper target range yet. I did mention that the price might drop around May 24, but the actual dip happened on the 23rd. That's a minor timing error based on astrological patterns. You'll still need to monitor the market closely and pair it with my daily forecasts. Why did I say May 24 would see a drop? Because that's when the Sun conjuncts Pluto at 9 degrees, which could bring downward pressure. But since this aspect can kick in early, May 23 was also a likely window. Last time we talked about Pluto going retrograde starting May 4th, right? But even if the market dipped on the 4th or 5th, it was just a light correction, nothing too serious, more like a soft landing. Now, the conjunction around May 23rd or 24th is when Pluto really starts getting activated. That's because this bullish phase is nearing its end. I expect things to wrap up around May 30, or maybe even a bit earlier. Before that, we might still see a bounce or a sideways consolidation to finish off this wave. The most noticeable impact from Pluto will show up between June and August. In particular, June 10th to 24 looks like a key window for trend reversal. There's a high chance of a drop starting around June 10. Until then, I think the market is just going through a final bounce or a sideways pattern, nothing more. So I don't recommend chasing the high at this stage. If you're not experienced with trading, it's easy to get trapped at the top. And honestly, being stuck for 2 or 3 years is not uncommon if you buy in too late. I've already exited this high-risk zone. No need to stress yourself out chasing the last bit of a rally. As long as you stay in the market, there will always be new opportunities. Personally, I don't try to catch the final top. That's a little rule I follow, something my dad taught me. Even if it pumps again later, don't let FOMO get to you. These days, people are pretty smart. Most won't chase anymore. That's probably why the price is struggling to break out. Usually it's the newbies who jump in at this point. But honestly, we don't need to stop them. Getting burned early can be a good lesson if they want to survive long term. If your first few trades are too smooth, it can actually be more dangerous. Bitcoin's lowest weekly close was around 102,000. It didn't hit my lower target, and it managed to hold above the midline, so we're still looking at upside potential. No need to repeat this. Pretty straightforward. As for Ethereum, its weekly high was 2,734. It hit one of my targets and almost reached the second one, missed it by 16 points. Still hasn't hit 2,800, huh? That's becoming my obsession at this point. It's like it deliberately stops just shy of 2,800 for 2 weeks in a row. In my opinion, you should consider exiting around 2,800. There's still resistance from the long-term moving averages above. Even with a good pump, I don't see it going much past 3,000 this time. I think ETH might form a double bottom over the next few months, so it's more suitable for short-term traders right now. If you're in it for the long haul, you honestly don't need my analysis. If you believe in the project long-term, just focus on DCA, dollar cost averaging, and hold your position. My goal is to help short-term traders catch opportunities and remind them when it's time to exit. Ethereum closed the week with a low of $2,319, hit one of the targets and came pretty close to the second one, missing it by just 19 points. Now let's take a quick look at next week's weekly forecast. Next week covers May 26 to June 2. Key dates to watch: May 27, 28, 29, 30, and 31. I won't read out all the exact price levels. I'll just put them on the screen so you can screenshot and save. To aim higher, Bitcoin needs to hold above 107,000. Ethereum needs to stay above 2,520. Even if the market drops this month, it likely won't be a big drop. Maybe down to above 90,000 for BTC and above 2,600 for ETH. What we might see is a sideways consolidation or a top building phase. So during June to August, if BTC drops below 90k or ETH drops below 2,600, that's a sign things are weakening. Stay sharp. That's all for today. Remember, weekly forecasts should always be combined with daily and monthly forecasts for a complete picture. The daily charts help fill in what weekly ones might miss. Wishing you all the best in buying at the lows. If you found this helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. See you in the next video. Thank you.